respected judge and the members present here, I stand by brimming Kanchipuram in the debate what students study for, job or life. Let's be real and practical out here. Not everybody here are studying to learn moral values or whatever disciplinary actions, though it comes with the pack. Our main motto here is to study to get a job, because the world is turning into a competitive place where everybody has to run and run to get their own place, to get a defined identity, to have their own independence, and so on. We need to get a job for that. So, for example, a student can be a gold medalist but still can reframe from handling stress, can crash under panic crisis, so on. They might not know how to handle it. It's not about education. It's about how you handle things from the society you're being in. That education comes in the part of that society. It's not the only thing that you reframe or get from leading a life. I conclude by my point, and I talk for the team of job. And any doubts from my opposition team?
You have told that society have leading our life. That only the main concept is society, which gives experience, and it is a life skill. Life skills about expressing our knowledge. When we express our knowledge into a field, it creates a job. So life skill only creates a job and gives it.
Even if life skills create a job, the main motto of our debate is what we study for. Our main motto of studying is to go to a job, to get a place in this society, to get into this world, because everybody have their own commitments.
In my opinion, if we prepare students for life, they can also experience about jobs and their own life. They can handle stress and mental emotions, and they can also know more about jobs. Because life skill includes communication and critical thinking. Critical thinking is very important for these jobs.
Real life is not about answering multiple choice questions. It's about making decision making, which isn't under uncertainty, which isn't thought or tested. So we are preparing students only to meet a good job.
Please come again. I didn't understand with your point.
So real life is not about answering multiple choice questions. We have to be practical. So it is about decision making under uncertainty, which isn't taught or tested in the schools.
Decision making, critical and creative thinking are taught in school, not just for job, only for life skills.
At the end of the day, all of these life skills that we have learned so far is used for jobs, and that job is used to earn money to feed our families. So job is the ultimately meaningful.
Communication and collaboration are used in jobs.
Yes, they come. Once we complete the school, the communication and collaboration, they come all together naturally. But life skills, life skills, communication and collaboration, they all come naturally. But for job, schools only prepare us.
The skills which are come from naturally only known as life skills, which we are getting like communicational skill, critical thinking skill. Even a baby when it born, it can feel warm and it can cry due to its thinking. If you know it naturally, why do you need a school to teach that? We have naturally, but we want to get it in a right way. For example, discipline, which we learn from our school by setting deadlines and schedules. And I have a question for you. For setting deadlines and preparing schedules for you all guys is to prepare you for your job or to make you disciplined.
As in my point, it is for a job, because in a job you work 9 to 5, so they are making experience, so you can use it there.
As you said, deadlines, they are most important to avoid procrastination. It is also a method of teaching life skill to you. Avoid procrastination in your life and you will be better. It's a quote I heard somewhere, I forgot about it. But avoiding procrastination is also part of life, and it is taught in job. When you're given deadline to finish a job, you will feel that I have to finish or else I cannot feed my family. That commitment drives you to work.
I strongly disagree with your point. From working 9 to 5, is that a good job for you? If you are working from 9 to 5, you will get discipline, you will get experience.
Get money. So this is what all you want for your life. Money is important. So what are you going to do without money?
Without any skills, or without skills like communication and other decision making, other handling a pressure and stress, skills, with money, you can only lead a good life.
You can feed your family. That's
If
the
you feed
ultimate
your
goal.
family, you can lead a good life.
Of course, we have to manage it. End of the day, you get money.
Yes, as you said, we have to manage it. To manage it, we want skills like life skills like communication, decision making, problem solving, and to grow as a people, to handle our stress and pressure.
I think for handling depression and stress management, it should be come by you, right? When you're dealing something very very big, so of course you're gonna get. So school is not gonna do anything about it.
To deal something, you want it right. After dealing, if you get it or not, no use of it. To deal something, first you want it, then you have to deal it.
As you said, depression is hard to handle by a person themselves, but that's why we have parents. They deal these problems for us. They are far more educated than us, and they are the breadwinners of the family, and they can until or so of the age of 18, they can handle this depression and stress for us.
Come loud, please. I can't understand your words.
As you said, depression and stress can be harder for a student to handle due to education, as you said, but it can also be handled in effective methods by parents.
Well, why job is very very essential for us. Okay, I went to a mechanical shop, and there is a man, but he looks very shabby, very. I can literally see his poverty. But when I gave my bike to him, he fixed in a second, like 10 seconds, like 1 minute or like 2 minutes. That's long it takes. But I asked him, Anna, you have this much skills, then why are you not in a big position? He simply said, my mother and father didn't have a job, so I am in this position. And if the skills is that important to become successful, why is in that position? Because job is not there, right? Job is not the reach of his hand, right? His father and mother also. If his father and mother had a proper job to raise his children, to raise his son, why would he be in that position? So job is very important, right? Even though skills is important, but let's be practical in this world. We all need a job. We all have an ambition. Like IIT, business, I want to do this job, I want to do NEET, doctor. So job is very essential for us. Even though we can see, you're talking about the people who only have survival skill, but there are only 1% of people like that. But in our side, there are 99% of people who become successful only in their job. So someone...
Yes, ma'am. She said that the person has a job, but he was working for his family's poverty, right? So there was a person named Sujit Kumar. He was working in a high paid. He had high paid salary, but then he had family stress, pressure, etc. But he was not able to handle all of that, even when he had a job. He was also working for his family's poverty, but he was also not able to handle stress. How?
So your question was to handle stress or whether
I would like to raise a question again. So if a person or a student or anyone is confused or they are emotionally down, would job related lesson give them strength?
He of course don't have that much stress comparing to in my case. At least he can feed his family. At least he can keep his family happy. He can get money to, and he can take his kids to some kind of Disney World, Disneyland.
To be alive, you need food, and that food, you need money. For that money, you have job. Life is amidst of commitments, and that commitments, they require money. If you can't keep your family happy, you can't have a peaceful mind or without any stress. First of all, you need to work and you earn money and you keep your family happy. And then you get that peacefulness. Without stress, you can live.
yes, Hemant.
It is about preparing students. Schools are preparing students for job or life. We are not talking about job is great or life is great. Job is just a part of life.
You first need a job to provide a better life. That's what I'm
Job is just a part of life, but life is full of twists, turns, struggles, fearness, happiness, and etc. To control this, we want our life skills, which are very important for us. and they have told that discipline is not important in your place.
Okay, let's say if without life
Skills are not important in
let's say without life skills, will you be able to earn money? Let's say if you're going to an hospital, you go for a reputed hospital because they have qualified doctors. Without NEET or JEE passing, there cannot be a proper doctor, and he will not provide you proper treatment. Let me finish my point. He will not provide proper treatment. And there had been several cases of forgery of these courses, and the doctors have been selling organs like that, etc. Cases have been there. So only even if, let's take you would go to a qualified doctor or a qualified clinic, right? And that requires more than life skill, mostly education, right?
No.
Without marks, will you be qualified for a NEET exam?
Marks only not a life. Life is about communication.
No, my question.
And interacting
You are
with people.
deviating from my question. Without marks, will there be a doctor? Without passing NEET, will there be a doctor?
But I have an answer for this. If you are going to a hospital where they are treating you very badly, what you want? One month go and say. But there are a good hospital where they are treating you well. Where you will go? You will choose a well-trained doctors or a good doctors.
So actually, you give money, they work for you. So actually, tone doesn't matter. You give money, they work for you. That's it. So no, but you are gonna forget that person as soon as you go home. So basically, this interaction is not really.
Did you understand my question?
Yes, I did. You said that a tone matters. That was your ultimate point, right? So
Our own team again not reply. You have be stressed and you have be get an
okay,
angry.
so stress.
It is due
So
to-
as stress, as she said, as
You are saying that attitude matters and that tone matters, right? But if you are going to focus on that tone, you cannot get whatever that you want. Can you get my point? If you want proper treatment, let's say even if your team, let's take your team, they have proper points, and if you are having proper point or the proper things, you have certain like say certain dignity or some kind of it's the self arrogance that
Dignity includes in life skill or jobs.
self esteem and self arrogance comes with that whatever say if you have a qualified education and you have a greater self esteem, you will have arrogance. It comes in generally, it's part of all human beings. It just comes in normally. So you cannot avoid that. If you are going to a qualified doctor, he will speak a little bit rude, but his treatment will be qualified. That's all.
Okay. So you're telling that you will prefer a good doctor rather than a well-trained doctor, right? Not well-trained doctor. He is speaking rude and not obeying to your words. Even not listening what you are going to say.
Another hospital that is also having well-trained doctors.
So a well-trained doctor has an experience. So in the field of medical, the basic or the most important thing is experience, not their tone. The medicine needed for everyone is somewhat unique. So your body might be very. உங்களுக்கு வந்து பாடி வந்து மெடிசன் சீக்கிரமா ஏத்துக்கிற பாடியா இருக்கும், சில பேருக்கு ஏத்துக்காத பாடியா இருக்கலாம். So your doctor should know that and give medicine according to that. So if you are taking a good doctor like he has a good tone, what if he gives you a wrong medicine?
Ma'am, his point was about marks on not just life. But our team's point is not just to prove that marks are life, or we are not just inculcating that only studies are important or job is important. We are just saying that we study for job. And he said that we are getting tensed if their own team member is thrashing at us. They are saying, so even if a person is educated or a person studies, this proves that the person's ethics does not matter if the person studies on that basis. It really depends on the person's moral values or all the tones and so on. It does not matter on how the person studies, how that person proceeds. So it's not learned from studies. That is what I'm trying to say.
He said that a mechanical person whose father not have any jobs, they didn't have that mechanical person not have a job. Even the missile man of India, Abdul Kalam, father also not have a job. He's just a fisherman. He founded the rocket, no?
See, real life is not about answering multiple choice questions. It's about decision making under uncertainty, which is not being tested or taught. Anybody would like to give counter? So he is telling.
As per his question, ma'am, he said that Missile Man of India, Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam, his own father was just a fisherman. Let's say, what did you address him as? Fisherman. He sold fishes for his own earning and for his family. That's how he provided for his family and provided his son a school. That's how he became a son. Thank you.
You said Abdul Kalam is more successful, right? More than a mechanic. Okay, Abdul Kalam, like he said, he had a job before. At least with his job, he did so many things to our India. He has so many things to our India. But look at the mechanic. He can't do anything because he don't have a proper job. If he had a proper job like the job like Abdul Kalam, of course he could have done something.
Yes, your name.
Hi. And you are saying jobs plays important to carry on your family and your needs, right? Let's take a real life example. A person called Rajaram Mohan Roy. He is well versed in Sanskrit and he does not have any jobs, but he thought he should contribute the society in a very good manner. So sati is a practice in our Asian period. He abolished this sati and saved the life of thousands and thousands of women. What jobs mean here? Anyone answer?
That was hundreds of years ago, but let's talk about reality. Now you can't get even a 1 rupee chocolate without getting a job because you need money.
He was not having job. That's what she said.
Yeah, ma'am, but that was hundreds of years, 100 years ago. It's in the 19th century.
The person that she took hundreds of years ago, without money, was he? I don't know how did he might have provided for his family, but in any ways, methods, or I don't know about it. But was he actually good father or a good parent?
Do you
Did
have
he provide
any
necessary
personal,
things?
personal life?
And he was not engaged in family.
That's right. Without any commitments, he did not have any reason to earn. If he had commitments, he would have to earn and feed his family. Without any commitments, a person can be lazy. I can just go on all day. I can lie on the streets and I can die as I want. But if I had commitments, I could provide for my family and lead a better life. That's all.
Ma'am, job is just a one chapter, ma'am, but life has many chapters like family, health issues, society. So with life skills, we can solve these many problems.
This is getting off topic. Because our topic is what we study for. When the school, they are saying.
Even going as per that point, health issues we need to solve. Does it really? Let's say, if my relative or my cousin, if he comes fully split, can I switch him? I have to go to hospital, mama. For that, I require money, and that money I have to earn. When I grow up, I'll psych. We need money to do that, and we need job. Health issues, it cannot be simply solved by life skills. We need to earn and use the money to solve the problems.
You want to talk? Yes.
Ma'am, jobs keep changing, ma'am, but life skills stay forever, ma'am.
For that exams, first you have to study.
Are preparing students for their career.
Not only job skills is going to help for their job, life skills also included.
Career is just a part of our life. But what about emotional health, handling with stress, and handling with your pressure?
It is also a part of life, right?
Yes. India's unemployment among youth is about 17%, more than 17%, ma'am. How to handle stress will be gonna helping these youths to get a job. Will that help the youth to get job? How do you walk into an interview saying that you have skills and confidence, like you have resumes of your job, and you will walk into an interview saying that you have resume and skills that are taught in the school. You will not walk into the interview like I can manage great failures. You cannot tell in the interview that you can manage great failures. You can only say that I have these resumes, I have achieved these things, like that one. So my point is that these emotional intelligence will not be helping for the development of things.
Our knowledge into a field is known as job. Thinking and expressing critical thinking, problem solving mainly include in life skills. Before many years ago, jobs are not created like buildings, just they were explored from universe. It is about our experience from the past to present. With experience only we have made many jobs like doctor, IIT, expressing our knowledge into this internet and our various fields. In this electronic world, our experience only faces more problems.
Thanks, Emma. Coming to the point, students are often asked, what do you want to become instead of who do you want to be? So this question channels them into career tracks early on, right? So most choices from subject selection to the extracurriculars are guided by what looks good on a resume, not what enriches life experience. Anybody else would like to counter argue
But
that?
school does not only help us to get a job. For example, our school teaches us yoga, which is a extracurricular activity, dancing, which can even help you in the future if you does not have a good job.
First, a student needs self-confidence, ma'am. The school teaches self-confidence. It is a life skill. Without self-confidence, a student cannot achieve anything in their life, ma'am. They cannot take good marks, or they cannot do anything in their sports without self-confidence, ma'am. The school teaches self-confidence. In the school only we learn self-confidence, ma'am. It is a life skill.
His question was left unanswered. He said in this electronic world, life skills are mostly necessary. Just I have a small question for you. Which mobile do you use? Smartphone. Samsung. That Samsung must cost around like 10,000, right? That 10,000 rupees, every single penny has a value, and your father had to earn it, hard worked, right? So even that mobile and electronic world that we are living in, it also costs money, and that cost it can be only equal to your work. When you work, you can fulfill all the needs. Also, one more thing, this electronic world you mentioned, no? Every single thing that you are using, it requires coding, and that coding can be done only with knowledge that is given in the school. Proper computer science qualified coders can only code an app or a program that can be used to surface all the apps that you are using. The Instagram that you are using, it needs coding. Snapchat, every single thing, it uses coding.
That in this point of view, I'm using Samsung phone. I'm buying in cost now. But for making that also they want brain now, ma'am. If they taught in that earlier day, we can go jobs which are present in nowadays. We not want to create anything new. If they thought that means what now I will use, ma'am. I'm telling you.
What?
Giving projects are the main reasons for this, ma'am.
Giving?
Projects are given in schools now, ma'am. This is the main reason, ma'am. Because students can think in their own, ma'am. But nowadays all are using phones, ma'am. He have told no, ma'am. Due to this job only, ma'am, we are destroying. For using their own brain only, they have give homeworks, ma'am. But as in his point of view, jobs like Google are preferring students not using their brain, no, ma'am.
I strongly disagree with your point. Present, I'm studying in 11th standard. In my CS book, there is a quote mentioned by Steve Jobs. Every person in this planet has to learn how to code. It makes a person to think. Even when coding, you can it provides critical thinking, and that coding it can be only learned in school. And with that coding, those who have the idea of making it as a business, let's say Steve Jobs himself, he made different phones. He made it unique. And with a proper business strategy, he's selling a smartphone the same that is same as any other Android mobile as 60,000 like that.
That only, ma'am. Being proper is a life skill, ma'am. They have told that discipline was not included in school, no, ma'am. But being disciplined and in a correct way, if they go means they have discipline to make this, no, ma'am. If they are not thinking that what we want to do, we cannot do also. We can simply sit and we have already earned more funds and created and we have more money. We can just simply sit and we can do whatever we want means whatever situation, no, ma'am. They have think that we want to create more and they have been disciplined in their work, ma'am.
Wait, I'm just asking. If a person treated you badly, will you speak with that person again? If they doesn't have discipline, honesty, will you speak with that person again?
Let's not forget that doctors, teachers, engineers they are in work, right? They dive innovation. They dive into innovation. They solve real problems.
Myself Kirtana. So as she told, if a person is disrespecting her or targeting an individual, will you be going and speaking with her or him again? So it is not necessary to go with a person like to get into the trouble. So but in addition, in other hand, we have to face each and individual in our life. So if you're not well with your teacher, or if a individual teacher is targeting you, you couldn't be there without speaking with your teacher. You have to like face her in your day-to-day life. And also, as she told, will you be telling your second point?
If person treated you badly, will you speak with them again? That is the second point which I repeated again.
As she said that if a person doesn't treat me with due respect, I will not go and talk to them again. Can I just say this one thing in talk? உங்களுக்கு கரெக்டான நீங்கள் பாயிண்ட்ஸ் எடுத்துகிட்டு வந்தாலே அந்த அரகன்ஸ்ன்றது எல்லாத்துமே வரும். உங்களுக்கே நார்மலாக ஆட்டிடியூட் நீங்களே காமிக்கிறீங்க. சேம் வே ஒரு டாக்டர் அவங்ககிட்ட வந்து எனக்கு இவ்வளோ திறமை இருக்குது, நான் ஒழுங்காக நான் வந்து என்ன ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் பார்க்க முடியும்னு நினச்சா அவனால் அதே திமிரும் தைரியமும் அவனுக்கும். இட்ஸ் த சேம், இட்ஸ் த நார்மல் ஹியூமன் மென்டாலிட்டி.
You should not target a single person in a debate. Nidarshan?
Problem solving, creativity. When we apply in one field, it can create job, ma'am. Jobs are just created by our life skills, ma'am. If we use creativity, critical thinking, and problem solving, which can mainly focus us on jobs, ma'am. And school teaches some subjects like science, which mainly focuses on our environment and our development. Maths focuses on our numbers and patterns, which mainly focuses on critical thinking and problem solving. Social tells about our surrounding and our environment. And English tells a good communication skill by which we can apply our knowledge into various fields. Applying knowledge and idea into a field is known as job. So jobs are just created by life skills. Life skills like discipline, communication skill, and this critical thinking pre-joined to combine a good job.
Thank you, Hemal. Give a good round of applause to him. So our team is concluding with the only one point, that life of every single person is completely dependent on money. And money comes from only job, that we have to be educated and we have to reach a proper job. Everybody should have a proper profession or occupation which earns them money, and there is where a person can lead the life better.
So just by saying that I have skill, nobody's gonna help you. Like you can't when you need a help, like when you go to an hospital or like a doctor, you can't.
Tamil la sol.
No, I will. Like you cannot simply believe a doctor saying that I have skills so I can help you. So nobody's gonna come and tell that. So anyways, we need a job for it to be proven or something.
Yes, we are preparing students for careers, not for characters, for interviews, not for integrity, and for job, not for life.
Ma'am and principal ma'am for giving this beautiful opportunity for me. I have witnessed a fearful battle here. Okay, நாங்க டிவில தான் பட்டிமன்றம்னா பார்த்துருக்கோம். இப்படி சாலவன் பாப்பையா மாதிரி உட்காரச்சிங்க. But I enjoyed every single person's participation here. இது வந்து ஒரு adults கூட இவ்வளோ அழகாக பண்ணியிருப்பாங்களான்னு தெரியல. நீங்கள் எல்லாருமே you nailed it. Okay, so a big you can pat on yourself for a very good communication and to know very well about the topic which you are talking in. இன்னைக்கு இந்த டாபிக் கொடுத்ததுனால நீங்க இதை பேசியிருக்கீங்க இல்லையா? நாளைக்கு வேற டாபிக், இப்போ உங்களுக்கு வந்து லைஃப் வந்து உனக்கு வந்து நீ இதெல்லாம் பேசணும்னு சொல்லியிருந்தீங்க, நீங்க அதுக்கு மாதிரி ஆர்கியூ பண்ணிருப்பீங்க. கரெக்டா? ஸோ நீங்க வந்து எதுக்காக இதை பேசுறீங்க அப்படிங்கிற இன்டென்ஷன் என்ன, நம்ம இதில் காம்படிஷனில் வின் பண்ணணும், நம்ம நல்லா பேசணும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு தானே. ஸோ அதுக்காக நான் என்ன சொல்கிறேன்னா, இதை சீரியஸாக எடுத்துக்காதீங்க. Because whatever topic is given tomorrow, you will be again preparing for that and doing your debate, right? ஸோ மெயின் இன்டென்ஷன் என்ன, ஸ்கூலோட இன்டென்ஷன் என்ன? இந்த ஸ்கூலோட இன்டென்ஷன் வந்து உங்களுடைய விஷன் கிளியராக இருக்கணும். வாட் எவர் டாபிக் இஸ் கிவன், யுவர் விஷன் இஸ் குட். நீங்கள் அந்த டாப்பிக்கை பற்றி ஃபுல்லாக கிளியராக படிச்சுட்டு வந்திருக்கீங்க இல்லையா? ஸோ தட் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் இஸ் தேர். செகண்ட், வாய்ஸ். யூ மேக் யுவர் செல்ஃப் ஸ்டாண்ட் தேர் அண்ட் மேக் ஷுர் தட் எவ்ரிபடி இஸ் லிசனிங். உங்கள் வாய்ஸ் கேட்கணுங்கிறதுக்காக நீங்கள் போராடுறீங்க இல்லையா? the same attitude should be built when you grow up. நீங்கள் உங்களுடைய ரைட்ஸ்க்காக, உங்களுடைய தாட்ஸ்க்காக you should be able to fight. You should not sit in a corner. சரி சொல்லிட்டாங்க, நான் செஞ்சுக்கிறேன், ஓகே அப்படி நிற்கக்கூடாது. You should fight for your right. So you should have your own voiceங்கிறதுக்காக தான் ஸ்கூல் இந்த டிபேட்ஸ்லாம் வைக்கிறாங்க. So understand the purpose of debates. The purpose of debates is to develop communication skills, to voice your ideas, to have a good vision of what you are thinking. Okay? So என்னுடைய எண்டில் இருந்து நான் வந்து ரெகுலேட்டரி அஃபேர்ஸ் ப்ரொஃபஷனலாக இருக்கேன், ஒரு ஜாபில் இருக்கேன். அஃப்கோர்ஸ் ஐ வாஸ் அ கோல்ட் மெடலிஸ்ட், ஐ வாஸ் அ டாப்பர் இன் ஸ்கூல். அதனால ஐ landed up in a job. Okay? So school has helped me to go to a higher position like this. ஆனால் இப்போ நான் ஒரு ப்ரொஃபஷனலாக ஆயிட்டேன். நான் வந்து எனக்கு எப்போ வேணாலும் வேலை போகலாம், எப்போ வேணாலும் அந்த வேலையில் டம்மியாக கூட இருக்கலாம். ஆனால் அந்த வேலையில் நான் இப்போ எக்ஸலண்ட்டாக இருக்கேன், எனக்கு இன்னும் மேலே ப்ரொமோஷன் கிடைக்குது, இன்னும் நான் வந்து எல்லாருக்கும் தெரிகிற மாதிரி இருக்கணுங்கிறதுக்கு காரணம் என்ன? ஸ்கூலில் ஐ லேர்ன்ட் லைஃப் ஸ்கில்ஸ். வாட் எவர் ஐ லேர்ன்ட் த்ரூ புக்ஸ், டெக்ஸ்ட் புக்ஸில் நான் இவ்வளோ டாப்பர் ஆகி நான் படித்தது எல்லாத்தையும் ஐ எம் நாட் அப்ளையிங் இன் மை ஜாப். பட் what is helping me out in my job is the life skills I learned in the school. எப்படி வந்து இல்லை ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் வந்ததுன்னா எப்படி டேக்கிள் பண்ண முடியும், ஒரு ஃபெயிலியர் ஆச்சா, எனக்கு நான் பிடிச்சது நடக்கல, நான் ரேங்க் வாங்கலையா, அப்போ நான் ஃபெயிலியர், இன்னொரு ஃப்ரெண்டு யாராவது ஃபெயில் ஆகிட்டாங்களா, அப்போ அவங்க எப்படி ஸ்டெப் அப் பண்ணி அந்த ஃபெயிலியரை வந்து எப்படி ஓவர் கம் பண்ணி அவங்க லைஃப்பில் வாழறாங்க. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி லைஃப் ஸ்கில்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஸ்கூலில் தான் அந்த எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் கிடைக்கும். ஸ்கூலில் இல்லாமல் நம்ம வேறு இடத்துல learn the life skills and also to get into the job. So argument படி பாத்தீங்கன்னா இதுதான் பெஸ்ட், அதுதான் பெஸ்ட் சொல்ல முடியாது. Topic wise we learn both of them in the school. Okay, so I cannot conclude that இதுதான் அப்படி நான் கன்க்ளூட் பண்ண மாட்டேன். Both of the topics are important to go to school. So coming to the judgment. Okay, so I would like to tell each and every points which I judged. Okay, so என்னுடைய evaluation criteriaல whatever I had kept and what you can improve அதையும் சொல்றேன், so that the next debate when you go you can improvise yourself. Okay, this is a feedback. So நான் என்னென்ன மாதிரி headings வச்சிருந்தேன்னா you can keep a note of these points. நீங்க next time போகும்போது இதை you can keep them in mind. உங்களுடைய நான் வந்து YIPல பார்த்ததை விட கம்பேர் பண்ணும்போது I felt this is fun. ஏன்னா நீங்கள் வந்து ChatGPTலாம் வச்சு பேசினிருந்தீங்க. இப்போ I think there is no cell phone here. So it was so natural and I enjoyed the whole argument. It was so lively. This is what I needed. So a big round of applause. I see originality and creativity among all of you. Okay? So இந்த creativity and originality தான் வேணும். நீங்கள் வெளியில் போய் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணும்போதும் ChatGPTஸ்லாம் இருந்தாலும் everyone can identify இவன் ChatGPT தான் பேசுகிறான் அப்படின்னு, சரியா? ஆனால் ஒரிஜினாலிட்டிக்கு ஆல்வேஸ் an extra point இருக்கு. So this is what I experienced today, which is a very good and lively debate I had experience. So இந்த creativity and the whole flow வந்து விட்டுறாதீங்க. You can use internet, you can use ChatGPTs to knowledge gathering, but it should not stop your creativity and innovation. Okay ba? So you should start thinking. The critical thinking, as we said, is very important, and the thinking capability utradinga. You continue participating in several such debates. You are all capable of winning these debates. Okay, so with that I would conclude. Brimming Kanchipuram team has got more points compared to Tiruttani team, just because the points which I did. Give a very big round of applause. And Kanchipuram team, give a big round of applause to Tiruttani team. They also strongly debated with the few people who have strongly spoken. No? They were very good at their arguments. So we should appreciate their
the participation in the event. And so I would like to witness more and more such debates in the future. Okay, all the very best to all of you.